video, I'm going to solve this puzzle at chess.com, and I have posted the link at the description below, and you can try on yourself. So this is the puzzle which has a rating over 2500 if I remember correctly. I have solved that already, but I will demonstrate how I was generating ideas and calculating on the board. So the task is best the black to move. We need to find the best move for black. And so when I was trying to solve a puzzle like this, so I need to look at both sides. So first of all, we have a king at the b8, and we have those two rooks. So we have less one pawn than our opponent. And since these three pieces, I need to look at the side of my opponent, are really aggressive because they're very close to my king, forcing my king at the back rank. And if that's our opponent's move, unfortunately, there's a checkmate. So which means I have to find forcing moves. So what are the forcing moves? So for example, a5 is not a forcing move. It doesn't force our opponent to do anything. White can do basically whatever they want. So a forcing move usually like a check, because you force white to react to or respond to the move you made, like answer the check. White has to either move the king or take your rook, but nevertheless white has to respond to your move. So that's a forcing move. So usually I will start with check, and intuitively, I mean, checking the king, like from b2, is something we can calculate because we don't have to, I mean, sacrificing a piece takes more effort to calculate. So let's start with a simple one, rook b2. And if rook b2, the white king has to go to c5, that's the only move. So what can we do? We need to find the best move. I mean, sometimes that's a checkmate, and sometimes that's winning material. To be honest, in this position, it's really hard to checkmate because we only have these two rooks to spare. And the white king is at a very active position. It makes the checkmate impossible. So can we win material? For example, the rook is a hanging piece. It's unprotected, but I don't think we can take the rook with our rooks because there's something like blocking the rook, and our king cannot reach the rook because all the squares, these two squares, are guarded by white pieces. Can we win the bishop? Like, for example, after king c5, can we check that with rook c3? So that's how I develop my thoughts with this idea. The king has to go to, I mean, the d file. But I think either or any of the three squares are safe for white because the rook is protecting the bishop. So yeah, so for example, after king to d6, I don't know what to do. If I check again, the king can go to e6, and it's really safe because the pawn can work as a shelter for the king, and also the pawn is protected. So that means rook b2 doesn't give us anything, so I will think from some alternative plan. So we need plan B. So can we start with this move? Because as I said, I need to find a forcing move. If I move rook to here, that's a problem. There's a checkmate coming. So rook takes, king takes. What can I do? Then an idea comes to me because I have a pass pawn, and it's far away from the king. So can we do something out of here? So if I take the bishop and rook g6 come in, the king has to protect the rook, and I can take the rook, king to a6. It's very far away from my h6 pawn. And if you have a passed pawn, and if you are wondering, can your opponent's king catch up with a pawn, you can draw a square. That's at least how I would do on the chessboard. And no, this should be a draw. But this should be a square, right? 6 squares. Okay, cool. This is just a square. So if your opponent's king is outside of square, your opponent is not able to catch up with the pawn. That just makes us calculate easier. And as I said, the king is at a6. if I exchange with the rook as a6, and then I can push the pawn. And the last question is, white also have two passed pawns. Can my king stop these two pawns? So for example, after all the exchange, white king at a6, we only have pawns and kings. If I push h pawn, and if f5, so my king can actually, basically my king is at the like the square of the pawn. So my king can stop the two pawns. So which means I don't need to worry about white promoting a queen. It looks like we are on the right track. Let's try that. Okay, so far so good. So white didn't play king b5, I mean king d6, white will lose a rook, and I am still winning. So yeah, okay, so this is a puzzle have like 2,700. It's a really hard one. And we made it correct. That's it.